Whoa! Hey, it's Greg here. In this video, I'm going to pull the engine and transmission out of the Chevelle and get the engine on this engine stand. I'm going to show you all the detail on how to do that, how to get the transmission off the engine, all that. First thing I'm going to do is pull the valve covers off so that they don't get smashed or scratched up while pulling it. Pop the valve cover off, and I'm about to pop this one off. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I do when I do this. So, little scraper thing, putty knife, and I put it right up underneath here and slide it in, trying not to mess up the gasket. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And a rubber mallet, tapping on the edges, the corners, and then I put a screwdriver here up at the top and then push down, pop that thing up, and I'm trying not to bend it, tip it too much. I'm trying to save the gasket if at all possible. There we go. All right. They look beautiful. Wow, they look really good. And in case you're wondering, that was there actually when I got them. All right, now I want to turn this thing over. Okay, transmission's in neutral. It should be able to turn, but it's not spinning. I can't see it. But something that a lot of people don't realize, maybe you can see it down there. If you try to start your car and it does not start, there's a good chance that your starter gear is going to still be on your flex plate or flywheel. When it starts, that actually helps it retract. If it doesn't start, it may not retract. It may not. And yes, mine is here. Okay, maybe, well, there's a header. Header suck. Ah. Maybe one of these will show it. The starter gear is engaged, so it will not turn over. I need to pop it with a hammer or something to tap it back. Okay. So now I'm turning it over and watching the rocker arms. I'll make sure if the lines wouldn't get in my way that all of them are moving. Now it's kind of difficult to see all of them at one time. Okay. And remembering which is which one's moved and which hasn't. Okay. Come on. I'm looking for that back one that it may have, there it went. All of the plugs are out. Okay. Everything moved like it should. good. So I know these are all good. At least they're turning, they're free. Everything's clean. I can see Conquest. These are dark Conquest heads. Guide plates, Harlan Sharp, rocker arms. And all it took was a tap to get that starter to retract. And by the way, yes, it is shimmed. It is shimmed, so it's not like it's needs to be shimmed. It's already been shimmed. All right, you saw the heads. Inside of the valve covers. I don't think I showed you those. That is what a valve cover should look like. If it's well taken care of. That's right. Okay. I think everything's off that I need to get off. So I'm going to crawl under and remove the transmission bolts. Loosen the front engine mounts bolts. Trying to decide, I'm not going to drain the oil on the engine. Trying to decide if I want to drain the transmission fluid, because that is going to leak everywhere if I don't. I'm going to think about that a bit. All right, I did some work off camera, because believe it or not, recording this stuff, it slows you down. All right, so built the engine stand. Couple things, if you get one of these, there is a spring clip right here. I guess if it's in the camera, that'd help in the frame. The spring clip right here, and it's a pain in the butt to get on. I have some spring clamp pliers, spring clip pliers, and I was able to do it, but I had to modify them to get it to go open wider. It's a pretty big spring clamp. They have pretty good standoff here. I think that'll be fine, but I am gonna have to buy some bolts. They are 3/8/16 coarse thread. Gonna get some 4-inch bolts for this, and gonna get some same size 1.5 inch long for the lift. I'll show you that when we get to the front, but that's it. And it looks pretty good. Some of the welding was a little disappointing, and some paint's coming off in a few places, and it's brand new out of the box. But it is what it is. Get one off Marketplace if you can find one. The engine hoist, I got that, wow, long time ago, because I expected to be a lot farther than this. And it is, got that off Marketplace. Okay, I don't know where that came from. Oh, I know what it came from. I didn't realize there was still fuel left in the carburetor. It must have spilled out there, because that's fuel. All right, I took carburetor off because that was going to have clearance problems. And it's just 7/16 inch screws or studs, nuts, and get those off. I'm going to take these out. This is the lift I'm going to use. Now mine fits, by the way, 1 ton goes in far enough. I could easily go to 1/2 ton. 1/2 ton's 1,000 pounds. It's a small block. Even with the tranny, it's not going to exceed 1,000 unless you do something weird and cause momentary weight on it. But mine fits at 1 ton, 2,000 pounds, so I'm going to leave it there. This right here will go on there. And let me just get those studs out and hook that on there. Obviously, I'll have to turn that around. That's how I planned on doing it. These will go here. You don't get a lot of chain length on this. That's disappointing. And I did get that also from Harbor Freight, but I got it with a good coupon discount, so it was actually cheaper than the marketplace used ones. Now, got a question. They come with the L. What in the world would you use the L for? I mean, I get it. You could hook it like so, I suppose. I don't know. Hopefully it won't be in the way. And as it turns out, this, I mean, I could probably have it up against the intake. I'd prefer not to have all that weight because it's going to want to tip back. I'm going to wait till I got the bolts. The bolts probably won't be completely tight. They'll just be in snug. So that should be fine. And I'm very particular. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to mess stuff up. It may not look like it from my garage, but I actually like to take care of my stuff. So, okay, that should be fine. And I can just do them there. And if it does prove to be a problem, I'll just pull the intake off. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be good right there. Everything's ready for it to just be lifted up. The car being on the dollies, and by the way, these are just the cheap Harbor Freight dollies. They're rated for 1,000 pounds. And yeah, the front ones are bent just a little bit. Maybe. But that's with the engine in and everything. So, but anyway, what I was going to say is that I may end up having to like pull the back ones off and putting that in gear, or chalking it so that it doesn't move. And I got to be able to pull this out, so I need to push the car back. Yeah, I'm thinking out loud here. And obviously move the carburetor. 750 double pumper. I wish I could find the choke plate. I know it's around here somewhere from back many years ago when I put it on. Well, I decided I want this header out. Went to drain the oil and I decided I just want it out, and I should be able to get it off by removing the proportioning valve. This one is 7/16, and the one going to the rear that you can't see back here was 1/2 inch, and this is 1/2 inch, this is 1/2 inch. You can keep this one on because mine is disconnected, and this will come up with it. Well, the line is keeping me from being able to get the wrench off. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands. 3. Okay, so all the bolts are out. The lines are disconnected that need to be disconnected. And it just comes off as a unit here. Now, yours may have brake fluid. As always, brake fluid is highly caustic and will destroy your paint. Now this is loose. Alright, but the question is, can I now get it out without running my brake lines? One header out. Victory. Now I will go ahead and drain the oil. Man, that's brand new Valvoline ZR1 oil too. And bag and tag the bolts. Bag and tag the bolts. And I don't think mentioned, actually. Car has been backed up, giving me a lot more room in the front. And pull it out, turn it over this way, and I'll have that, set the transmission there, because it's probably going to leak everywhere, and then I can disassemble it and all that fun stuff. Oh, and the reason I wanted that header out was so I could drain it, get a bucket under it properly, so I could drain this beautiful brand new hardly used ZR1. Oh, look at that. It still looks new. So this is now hanging. Hopefully you can see that, because I didn't have a bolt. I suppose I could have just put a bolt in. Oh well. However, it's got to come off anyway. And for me, since this is already off, 1/2 inch bolt, and then another, really? 1/2 inch bolt down there, and I'll just be able to pull it off, and it's got to come off anyway at some point, because I'm going to do the frame. 2 bolts like so, and I got a great idea. Let's leave the oil under there, so when we go to pull this out, it dips in the oil and splatters. All right, come on. Shouldn't be that hard. So for this header, of course. You get the idea. I need 2 hands. All right, I got some grade 8, 3/16, 16, and 1.5 inch. Turns out I could have went much shorter than that. 1 inch would have been fine. I've got all these connected. This, you actually got to lift it up and out and over. We'll see how it goes. All right, and hopefully you'll be able to actually see this. Hopefully the camera's in a decent spot. Okay. And the drive shaft should drop when I start pulling it. But I have a drive shaft loop which is going to catch it. I drained the transmission fluid from the pan, but some will probably come out the tail shaft. We will see. Oh, and I want to watch. This L bracket right there is. Alright, still. Pay attention to what I'm doing. It's still. The motor mount on this side is still. There we go. Okay, now we can go up a little more. All right, so the transmission is hitting the tunnel. The pan is hitting the frame. Okay, so we still got to go up. It's obviously a lot easier to do this with the core support and everything out of the way. A little bit. Starter is brushing the motor mount, the clam shell there. It's on the frame. Okay, there we go. It's free hanging. Gotta go a little higher because of this side. Okay, I guess I should make sure everything's clear. Ooh. Oh, wow. Ooh. Header's out. That was kind of mashed in there. And did the drive shaft drop yet? Oh yeah. That's probably what the big clunk was. Okay, gotta get up a little higher. Because the lines. Okay, so here's where I can start. Which way is it going? I should have paid attention. Don't be under it. Okay. Make sure the transmission lines are free. Feels like something's pulling. We got the transmission shift linkage. So we're gonna have to go up a little higher. And I can, who remembers which way it goes? I should have greased that, I forgot to. Not exactly grease. Better than nothing. You don't want to be under it. Come on, Wills, turn. Oh, and I should mention that I took the dollies out from underneath the rear wheels and I had put it back in park. So while the transmission was still connected, it couldn't roll. I did forget to chock the wheels. Thankfully, it did not become an issue. All right. Probably not wearing the best shoes for this. Nah. Okay. You probably can't see, but I have a 2 dollies with a pan, and it didn't drip. So that's good. Didn't make too big a, it didn't drip any. Well, okay, it did drip a tiny bit, but not too bad. So the idea is put the transmission on the dollies. And then unbolt it. That way I can move the transmission easily. And then I'll put the engine on the engine stand. Whoa! Oh, shoot. You need some coolant? Here we go. Oh, man. Yeah. That's awesome. Just awesome. I'm going to probably cut these off. When I go to put an engine in, I'm probably going to destroy the firewall with this back one. Alright, so these should be, I think, 9/16 to unbolt it. Yeah, 9/16. And that's in the way. Probably should just, let me just use a socket. Well, nope, it wasn't. I was gonna say I didn't think the dipstick tube was actually held there, but it wouldn't come out. Really? Last one won't fit. Nope. Tight. So this is a Turbo 350. Now it has been built. It's got the 5 clutches on it, all the extras, and it's rated for, I forget if it's 500 something like that horsepower, of which the engine made like 450. So it did well, and then it's got a 9.5 inch, I forget, torque converter. Now the fun part. Well, there we go. Yeah. little dinky. Oh, it's dumping coolant. Seriously, you're just gonna fight me like crazy here. Okay, transmission's off. I hope that's in the camera view. Oh, transmission lines are still connected on to the engine. Okay. Should just be a clip. Yeah, there we go. They just slide into a clip. There we go. Okay, I'm going to raise this back up. Be easier to get to torque converter. Okay. All right, what size? Now these should be pretty tight. It is a 9/16. Well, should and were are two different things. They weren't that tight. All right, and these are a fine thread. Probably a 3/8, 24, I think it is. All right. Need to turn the engine over. All right, somebody tell me when I get to the right spot. All right, work smarter, not harder. Oh, so close. I could pull the filter off. Oil filter. Oh, still gotta go. And that's for sure it's too far. Oil filter's coming off. Maybe. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Getting to the oil filter wrenches was my challenge. pretty much guarantee there's always stuff that are unexpected that is going to happen. All right. Seriously. This works a lot better when the engine's not moving. Alright. Wow. And there are mosquitoes. Who put this thing on? I hear water running. Stuff wasn't coming out. Look at that, brand new oil. I hate that. You need a little Honda four-banger. Oh, got him. No, it wasn't with chopsticks. And another one. Bites the dust. Okay, one more. I prefer not to pull down when they're hanging. You're putting more weight on it. Oh, shoot, this was loose. All right. So these are full of transmission fluid and they are not. Particularly light. There we go. That wasn't so bad. But that bolt was just finger tight. And you know what? I bet you I don't have a straight edge. Okay, I can't find my straight edge, but let me see here. Yeah. I don't know, it looks bent. It looks bent on this side. It may be just an optical illusion. I may be missing something. Anywho, okay, so we got torque converter off. Now we got to get the flywheel, flex plate off. It will have a flywheel, Lord willing. And these are much bigger. What are those? 3/4? No, of course not. Gotta be 11/16 then. 11/16. I think I want a bigger wrench. Okay. 11/16 on the flex plate bolts. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna use an impact wrench. Oh, those mosquitoes. Welcome to Tennessee. I don't know. Minnesota has a lot of them too. Okay, actually the impact, I just got it on a low setting. Impact will take it off without spinning it. It's just the, did not have a nut, a washer, I mean. All right, I may have to put it on full torque. Okay, let's quit messing around. Come on. Yeah, I know the carbon actually attracts them, but I have to breathe. Got another one. Woohoo! Okay. There. Oh, come on. All right, what's the trick? There was a washer on it. It's just stuck. What is the trick to getting this off? Oh, come on. Okay. I'm gonna fight with it and miss that one. And again. Oh no! This really isn't something I recommend, but then again, I wouldn't normally recommend this at all. I hit it with some PB Blaster. All right, can you hold that right there? Yeah, right there, right there. Can you hold it? Yeah, hold it right there. What are the odds? Talk to me. Think it's gonna work? Let me know in the comments. I don't like that. Now I may have just wiped out the flex plate. So I don't need to worry about this chrome alloy made in Japan wrench rusting anymore. All the oil on it. All right, yeah. Shoot. I may have to try some heat or something. I was hoping to have it on the engine stand tonight, but oh well. We did get it out. So transmission's off. So I'm pretty happy about that. Well, just when I was about ready to give up, come on. You are so close.
How's it going?
Good.
It's dangling.
It
It's
is.
out.
Yeah. Got it out, and I'm getting destroyed by mosquitoes.
Yeah.
The engine's out, transmission's off of it,
Yeah.
torque converter's off.
And you made a puddle.
Well, of course.
Is that gas?
That's coolant.
Oh, coolant.
If it was gas, it'd just evaporate. Coolant's
Yeah.
gonna sit there forever.
Yes. Need kitty litter, don't you?
Well, I have some. Can't get the flex plate off. Or flex plate. Yeah, flex plate. I cannot get the flex plate off.
Make sure no doggies getting that. Mice can have it, but no doggies. Mice are probably not dumb enough to eat it.
No.
The doggies are.
It's sweet. Smells sweet. Probably tastes sweet, but I haven't tested that myself. I'm this close, and I just can't quite get the flex plate to come off. I mean, it's right at the edge.
Alright, I'm going back in. I got stuff to do.
Alright, well, I will most likely be in shortly.
Whatever.
I mean, whatever.
I mean, do what you want.
What? Are you wanting me to stay out here?
No, I'm just
I see how it is.
I'm just saying I've got plenty to do myself.
Uh-huh. Got another one. Not exactly a torch, but it should work. I'm trying to heat the outside flex plate, not the inner one. The heat causes it to expand. Gloves. Should I have my gloves on already? Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Boom. Yeah, I'm stubborn. Should have used heat a long time ago. But it's off! Woohoo! All right. I lowered the front of the engine to get rid of more coolant. Still making a mess. Screw that in. And that there should. And it just still turns out. Alright, it should be pretty close. Alright, and trying to get these to fit is not always the easiest. I think I gotta bring it up higher. Alright, I think I could put those two there. More grade 8 bolts. Alright, is this going to be sufficient? All right. Now these are 4-inch, and looking at it, I should have got the 3.5-inch. These are also 3/8 16. Yeah. Wait. I still got a long ways. I'm gonna have to get a bunch of washers to do it. Let's see. Okay, then we'll want to tighten these up. All right. Ugh, man, I need a bunch of washers. Should have got the shorter ones. 3.5 would have been. Looks like 3.5 would have been the right size to get. There you go. All right, well, it's technically on the engine stand here. And it's out on the engine stand. Transmission is out of the way. Made good progress. I'm tired of getting eaten alive. So I'm gonna call it a night. So the engine's out. Now it's time to pull the body off of the chassis, the frame, and I guess I'm gonna need a body cart for that. But that'll be coming up hopefully next week. Verse of the video, Psalm of David. Psalm 8, I'm gonna read 4 through 9, if I can read it without my glasses. What is man that you take thought of him, and the Son of Man that you care for him? Yet you have made him a little lower than angels, and have crowned him with glory and majesty. You make him to rule over the worlds of your hands, and you put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, and also the beasts of the field, the birds of the heavens, and the fish of the sea, whatever passes through the paths of the sea. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Did you catch that in verse 8? Whatever passes through the paths of the sea. You realize it wasn't until 1860 that someone actually figured out that there are paths in the sea, the currents. But yet, King David, 1,000 years before Christ was born, around 33 AD, somewhere in there. So about 1,000 BC, 3,000 years ago, David wrote about the paths of the sea. How do you know that? Well, yeah, God created the world, and David was a faithful servant of God, and obviously he knew somehow. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I encourage you to read your Bible. God bless.